think I got them. What do you call them?
Don't be nervous. You got this.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's corporate headquarters. We don't get very many visitors here.
Huge.
It really makes the day crawl by.
Huge. They need people like you. Even with your brains.
All visitors are
Yeah.
by appointment only,
I'm sure a
afraid.
junior assistant is vital.
Is your foot in the door? Show me.
It has been many years since we've heard any report from Francis.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
Hi. Please disregard.
I have something for you when you have a moment.
Want to challenge your instincts and hone those corporate skills? Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for future tomorrow.
Interesting. This district certainly provides evidence that Ryujin's influence has spread from their tower and out into the city.
Ryujin Industries is looking for the young, bright minds of the future.
Welcome to Ryujin Industries. Can I help you? You must be one of the candidates that Imogene Salzo is interviewing today. Her office is down the hallway to my left. Take another left at the conference room, follow it around to the right and up a small flight of stairs. Then take a left and keep heading that way until you see her office. Sounds like a maze, right? So if you want me to walk you back there or have any questions, just let me know. And hopefully I have some answers. Between you and me, I think Imogene is about done with the whole process. You won't believe the people we've been getting. I heard the hiring algorithm Yuko made approved all applicants. And of course Yuko bailed when interview time hit. It's technically her job. And Imogene is furious. Imogene Salzo is my idol. She's ruthless, but still knows how to behave around everyday people, if you know what I mean. She's probably next in line to take over for Ularu Chen, head of operations here, which would be a godsend considering Chen has no filter and loves to speak her mind. No one loves brutal honesty that much. Oh wow, you're serious? Well, Ryujin is the tech industry leader in the settled systems, mostly known for neuroamps, which exploded on the scene about 15 years ago. Other than that, our products include operating systems, security, various quality of life improvements for the home. We're like a full package. If you really want more info, I'd recommend reading up at one of the kiosks. They've got this company's entire history listed. At least the history they want you to know. Good. Let's not keep Imogene waiting too long. And the offer still stands if you need someone to show you the way. Of course, follow me. This current floor we're on is the main operations level. It's where the grunt work happens for this department. Research, data entry, more busy work than you can stand. Most of the people here are technicians that report to Yuko. But there's a handful
I
of
can't
operatives
imagine
that
being
report
forced
in.
to spend my days doing menial work in an office like this, instead of exploring the stars on the bridge of a spacecraft.
I hate being stuck in the office.
There's always work to be done. Pace yourself.
And
Make it a fast
here
one.
we are. Good luck in there. I'll probably see you on your way out.
You're interrupting me. Is this time accounted for? We're on a strict schedule. I just want to make sure this impromptu meeting is properly tracked. Then I will remind you that the schedule exists for a reason, and we seem to be ignoring it. If time is money, then suffice to say Ms. Serrano would not be pleased with such a frivolous expenditure. Ms. Yuko Serrano? Senior Operations Specialist at Ryujin Industries? She's one of the heads of the department you're standing in. You may have a point. And since you clearly have bandwidth to spare, maybe you can help me clean up a, minor indiscretion. Good. Let me give you some background. Recently, I've been assisting the impoverished in both Ebside and the underbelly. I pay for the occasional meal, clinic visit, or comfort. But I may have lost a slate in the process. I need you to locate and retrieve it for me. Pre-assignment intel for one of our operatives. The contents themselves aren't too sensitive, so if you're thinking of betraying me, they aren't worth much as leverage. My sloppiness is simply an embarrassment that I'd like to correct. It's not a matter of trust, but one of time. I have little to spare. You do not. Then we have an agreement. Good. Go to the underbelly and talk to the panhandler, Huang. Discarded items are her specialty, so she may have come across the slate herself. If you can manage to find it, bring it back to me, and I will pay you for the time. I'm not at liberty to say. I will remind you of another common phrase: loose lips sink ships. So, be cautious around the office and discuss intel at your peril. Contractually, yes, but I'd rather avoid the embarrassment. Normally, I do a good job of setting boundaries between work and life. This incident is an exception. Perhaps I can best explain with an analogy. There is an aquatic species on Volai Epsilon which My cruel irony, or test of metal, hatches on dry land. Only 1 in 10,000 make it to adulthood. Most are eaten, some simply die in the crawl to the ocean. Meanwhile, there is a similar species that is born in the water itself. They never make this journey and thus never know its hardship. Which begs the question, is that fair? I agree, which is why I choose to help those born into poverty. I know what you're thinking, and I am not what you'd call a bleeding heart. Moreover, I find the underbelly filthy and unsanitary. But I also believe in equity. I am well aware that my life came with a head start, so I try my best to balance the equation and bring the hatchlings to the water. The smells alone would back up your statement, and I do mean smells, plural. But as much as I dislike the underbelly, I will say this. It is a welcome change of pace. When you spend all day keeping secrets, a burden is placed on one's conscience. The time I spend volunteering sheds some of that weight. We're each assigned shifts to assist operatives, ensuring coverage at all hours. Personally, I like to keep my circadian rhythms intact. Early to rise, early to bed, as nature intended. Goodbye.
I hope you're more prepared than the last one. Have a seat. And your friend can wait outside. I'm sure they understand.
When they ask for your greatest strength, tell them you lack empathy for your clients. That will make you a front runner for a megacorp position.
All right, just to get a few things straight here. I'm Imogen Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist here at Ryujin Industries. I don't normally do this, but my counterpart, Yuko, is indisposed at the moment, so here I am. We're looking for someone to fill an entry-level administrative position. Apparently our algorithm felt you were a decent match. So let's get this started. Why do you want to work for Ryujin Industries? An excellent question, but enthusiasm can only take you so far. We don't operate on passion alone here, we look for skill. Which brings me to my next question. Why do you consider yourself qualified for a job like this? I can't help but wonder if that's why you're here today and not behind bars, considering your track record. And yes, of course we know you have one. Yuko's algorithm at least hasn't failed us there. Your past is not a concern, for now. Just know that we have ways of keeping an eye on you around here. How motivated are you to succeed? All in, huh? At least that's an attitude we can work with here. And finally, my last question. If you worked here for 5 years, what role would you see yourself in? Well, you've certainly come to the right place for that. Considering your education, I'm sure you could reasonably find a place in that department. So look, since there's a million other things I'd rather be doing than this, not to mention that this isn't even my job, you're hired. On a probationary period, of course. First order. There's a meeting starting soon, and I need you to pick up the coffee order at Terra Brew. Fairly easy, so you shouldn't be able to screw it up. If there's a line, skip it. Tell them you're here for Imogen Salzo, and you should get served right away.
Just waiting for more info. As usual. I'm a little busy right now.
I got the memo from Imogene to add you to the system. So it sounds like congratulations are in order. You must have really nailed that interview. Oh yes, get used to seeing this handsome face every day. Anyway, just wanted to welcome you to the dysfunctional family.
I'm gonna feel so much safer with one of those drone security robots.
Yeah, and the kids are going to love it.
That salesperson was really nervous. I hope he got all our details right.
Impressive. Tranquility appears to be doing quite well for themselves, wouldn't you say?
Our office is open to everyone. Feel free to have a look around. Hello, my name's Christine. I'm the office manager here. What brings you in today? Tranquility is a fairly new addition to the Ryujin family, so marketing really wanted to push our public availability. Being able to discuss our blends and processes face-to-face with our customers has really improved our brand awareness. I can't blame you. I'm an avid tea drinker myself. There's nothing like a cup of our Sunray tea to put a spring in your step on a rainy neon day. If you'd like to learn more about how our teas are made, you should speak with our blend master. Her name's Nancy. You'll find her in our office just behind you. And thanks for stopping by. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to make your visit more comfortable. I don't know too much about the history, only that the founding CEO, Dakota Seri, still holds their position today. I heard one of Ryujin's board of directors stumbled upon the original shop while on vacation and was instantly in love. Next thing they knew, Seri's small family business was part of a multi-billion credit corporation. Oh no, we're just a satellite office here at Ryujin Tower. Since we're a young addition to the corporate family, marketing and finance both thought it'd be beneficial to have a physical presence. So far, it's been really useful for our rapidly growing business. I do, yes. Living in Neon is a dream come true for me, and this job is the icing on the cake. Tranquility takes excellent care of its employees. No, I'm not. I grew up in Aquila City. I always wanted to live near the ocean, so Volai Alpha seemed like the perfect place to move when I was old enough. Of course, back then I didn't realize the whole planet was ocean with zero sunshine. But there's just something about Neon, you know? This city flourishes against the odds, and that's what I love about it now. Oh, it certainly does. While Ryujin allows its subsidiaries a certain amount of independence, some policies are enforced. I heard the CEO is big on morale and personal investment, so she promotes competitive wages, ample time off, and continued education. It was a pleasure talking with you.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
First lesson for the kids will be that drone robots aren't toys. The Tranquility office has such a relaxing vibe. These drone robots are always so efficient.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Visiting Tranquility always cheers me up.
I'm always looking for new and exotic flavors to use in future blends. I'm responsible for monitoring our product's quality to make sure every cup of tea that we deliver is perfect. I'm also the lucky soul who gets to come up with new blends for Tranquility to produce and sell. It's the best part of my job. Are you looking to buy any tea today? I'm happy to make a recommendation. I'd recommend our chamomile, lotus, and easy sleep teas. My husband drinks a cup of easy sleep every night, and it's worked wonders for his insomnia. I'd recommend our Sunray tea, our Dynastic blend, or our black teas. Our office administrator swears by the Sunray tea. She insists it's better than Terra Brew for a jolt of energy in the morning. Oh, well, our lemon tea is excellent for sore throats. My daughter tells me it helps with headaches, too. Oh, it is difficult to pick. I think I'm the most proud of the Dynastic Blend green tea. The flavor profile is elegant and refined without any of the bitterness and... Oh gosh, listen to me going on. I'll spare you and stop there. Thanks for visiting.
I wonder if the Tranquility and drone employees get along.
I start every day with a cup of our Dynastic blend.
Best part of this job is all the free tea samples.
I can't recommend Tranquility's lemon tea highly enough.
Welcome to Ryujin Tower. Enjoy your day. Hello there. Thanks for visiting the drone offices at Ryujin Tower. Can I help you find something? Oh, by the way, I'm Bobby. Robert. Sorry, I should have introduced myself when you walked up. I'm still adjusting to this whole office manager thing. Yeah, likewise. Thanks for stopping by today. Anyway, take a look around the office if you want. It's open to the public. Everybody's pretty busy, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't disturb them too much. Oh, and thank you for visiting Ryujin Tower. Enjoy your day. Yeah, I'll say. This wasn't even the job they hired me for. I was supposed to be working at Tranquility across the hall as an administrative assistant. It's just my luck that after I'd been in training for a measly 2 weeks, the office admin for Drone had to go and retire. It was totally unexpected. Apparently, he went up to the executive floor one day and never came back to his desk. We were told he quit and just walked out. No, not really. I mean, have you been to the Tranquility office? The whole place smells like a warm cup of tea, and the staff is beyond friendly. Everybody at Drone is so serious, you barely even get a good morning out of most of the employees here. Yeah, I do. I think he retired out of the blue after 10 years and left me to clean up his mess. That jerk didn't even write down his computer's password. IT was down here for hours the other day trying to get me access. You'd think something like that should only take a few minutes. Oh, yeah. I used to be an office manager for my old job, but that position wasn't customer-facing. I applied for the admin assistant because the pay was almost just as good and it'd be a hell of a lot less stress. Guess that plan backfired. Oh, really? Thanks for the vote of confidence. I needed it. I hate to say it, but your guess is as good as mine. The rumor is the caps are just a marketing tactic. Catch attention, get people talking. Guess it works. Robots. Mainly industrial models for helping out on ships and at spaceports. Maybe you've seen our most popular line, the mini-bots? We have models on display throughout the office. Feel free to have a look. Please come back and see us again.
Busy, busy.
Oh, I wish some of these robots were within Constellation's budget. They'd be an immense help to our operation.
Working a drone seems like a tough gig.
I'd love to have a genuine drone robot. But on my shift.
Hey, Rob, how's your day going? Things been getting any easier for you?
Yeah, it's going all right. IT fixed my computer yesterday, so I can actually get some work done now.
That's great. Glad to hear it. So, hey, if you ever want to grab a drink after work, I have a friend upstairs who can get us into the Astro Lounge.
Are you asking me out on a date?
Are you saying no?
No. I'm not, actually. That sounds great.
Don't cause any trouble. Nothing to report. We enforce the law alongside Neon Security. You commit an average crime, we'll hand you off to one of their average cells. But if you're here specifically as a threat to Ryujin, we prefer to handle those situations in-house. Mostly routine questioning to determine the proper course of action. Sometimes the issues can be resolved within the corporation. Other times we'll reach out to Neon Security or the Freestar Rangers, depending on the severity of the crime. Since you're an operative, I'm authorized to inform you that this is one of our holding cells within the building. Anyone who may violate Ryujin policy while on company grounds is brought here for questioning. Trespassing, theft, fraud, anything that Ryujin may deem a security threat. If you want to question legality, talk to Dalton Fines. I'm just here to do a job. Well, it is a holding cell. Since you're an operative, anyone who may violate... Pretty much.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
I've got my eye on you.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Don't cause any trouble.
What is it?
I think I found something, but it's sensitive. Do you have time to talk? It's about that.
That's something you might be interested in.
Everyone who's anyone has a tile.
Every Tayo...
Tayo vessels certainly look impressive, but it's what's inside the engine room that really counts.
Unless I missed my mark, someone as interesting as you doesn't work here. Welcome to the office of the famed spacecraft engineer Dara Ulrich. Such as it is. A word of advice? Walk carefully. Dara is in fine form today. It is tough for anyone to live up to her example, even Dara herself. She pioneered some really dazzling advances in modern spacecraft engineering and design. Things like seamless heat shielding with high-tech composites, to distributing power asynchronously to improve reactor yields. She's an unsung legend in the field, really. It is a delicate time, always with the deadlines. We're also supposed to be designing daring new customer-facing features. Things to get people revved up about our product lines. So, I see no harm in going for the easy wins. Instead, we focus on always being on the cutting edge. And too often we come up with nothing.
Oh, dear Lord, don't let Dara hear you say that.
Dara is taking a very hard look at thrusters. How they work, how they could improve. Bold stuff, and I must admit, if it bears fruit, well, captains would really benefit from it. But it's so easy to lose yourself chasing rabbits down the rabbit hole. It changes minute by minute. I have 3 doctorates in spacecraft engineering and related fields. I push to be assigned here, and I've learned so much. But the working conditions leave something to be desired. Another time, I hope?
Yes, yes. Welcome to the Tile R&D department. I am this close to tendering my resignation. The absolutely relentless requirement for features, features, features. You cannot rush brilliance, ingenuity. Why, yes, that's right. Maybe this conversation isn't a lost cause. We're a bit on edge. A deadline approaches, and we are well behind. What we do here is explore where poetry meets engineering. When we do it right, the clouds part, and it's like the light of heaven. But the pain we go through to get there, well, it is hell. Unless you're hiding a doctorate diploma in spacecraft engineering on your person, I'm afraid not at all. But I've already vented to a complete stranger enough. Hello. I've already said that, didn't I? In other offices, tackling different problems, we have a distributed model of development. Vern and I are working on core research, things that could be applied to all classes of spacecraft. What? The fancy boy? He has barely learned his letters, and they assign him to me. All he cares about are cheap thrills. A more ergonomic pilot seat? Really? We are building the future here, not cheap meat for press briefings. Yes, yes, yes. Goodbye.
Tayo's not a bad beat.
Tayo is simply the best.
I wonder what Ms. Ulrich will come up with next.
You ready to change your life? People spend their whole lives dreaming of flying a sleek, sexy spaceship. And I get to make that happen. Tayo brings out the very best in people. I know, right? Are you ready to make your dreams come true? You won't regret your purchase.
What ship is the most me?
Something you might be interested in. I'm listening. Actually, yes, I do. Here you are. Bye.
Proprietary mix of alcohols and
Hey there, intrepid explorer. Ready to make your ultimate discovery? Our unique starship models of all things incredible and exclusive to ensure you receive the best coffee anywhere in the galaxy.
Yes?
Hello, and welcome to Terra Brew. How may I serve you?
Oh, the Ryujin order. You must be new. What happened to Tomo? Did he finally get that promotion?
I got fired is what happened. And this is the soulless suit they got to replace me.
Tomo, I'm sorry. I know how hard you were working for that promotion.
4 years behind a desk, getting coffee, kissing up to that high and mighty Ularu Chen, just to get replaced by this nobody?
Hearing that ad should have been the first sign they were gonna get rid of me. I bet Ularu was just waiting for the moment to hire you. And now that I've been terminated, it's only a matter of time before they send you after me. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. Believe me, it's either you or me.
No one's been sent to terminate anyone. Now, why don't you just calm down? Before someone accidentally gets hurt.
You want to talk? I'll tell you what. You get one chance to prove you deserve this job. Change my mind and I'll walk away. Fail? And I think you know where this is headed. Don't make me laugh. I pull this trigger, you're dead. Yeah, I hope so. I haven't agreed to anything yet. Looks like I'll be doing Ryujin one last favor after all!
You've got nothing. Oh my god, couldn't we have simply worked this out? You've done everything you can. Oh, I wish this man would listen to reason, but perhaps he's been pushed too far. Ever since we talked about the Battle of Cassiopeia, I can't get what happened out of my mind. Was it that obvious? Oh, I thought I could handle these memories, but until I return to Cassiopeia, I'll never be able to put this to rest. I would like that. Actually, I need that. One problem, though. Pinpointing the crew's shuttle wreckage is going to be like trying to find a grain of salt in a sandbox. I think we need to start by locating my old campsite on Cassiopeia 1. What's there to tell? I survived. My crew didn't. Still, I'll never forget my finger hovering over that launch button. Would I launch safely or explode into a fireball? It turned out that my shuttle had just enough power to allow an emergency landing on the planet's surface. So much had happened in the space of a few hours. I can't remember how I felt. That's what I was hoping. But I don't know the exact location of my survival campsite. For that, we are going to have to head to Mast and see if we can get the information from my old friend, Admiral Logan. Your instincts are right on target. Logan and I butted heads more than once during my time with the Navigator Corps. We've never seen eye to eye. Look, I hope this isn't asking too much. Last thing I want to do is drag you into some kind of personal crusade. That's why I need you by my side. Truth is, I'm scared. When I set foot on Cassiopeia, I don't know if I'll be able to handle what I find. If I begin to fall apart, I need someone I can trust to keep me in check. Besides bad memories, I don't know. And try not to think about it. Not yet. I know you will. You've always been there when I've needed your help. Why you continue to support me, I'll never understand. I don't know what to say. I've been so busy searching the stars for answers. I've overlooked what's been in front of me all this time. True love. Something I've seriously considered sharing with you for a long time. Just not ready. Not yet. Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. Hey, anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. I know you have a lot to do. I really appreciate your offer to visit Cassiopeia. Hopefully, it'll bring me the closure that I've needed for far too long.
Enjoy a cup, right now.
Well, that just made my day more interesting. Look, I don't want any trouble, but I'd get fired if I didn't call security to get this body out of here. So I'd head back to Ryujin ASAP and let Miss Salzo know if I were you. His name was Tomo Higashi. He'd been working pretty hard to move up at Ryujin for about a year now. It probably wasn't going to happen anytime soon for him. There's a lot of competition, and he'd already been passed up twice. Long as you do, you've got nothing to worry about.
We've got you covered. Morning, noon, or night. Enjoy one of our distinct coffee flavors.
If you're wondering what that smell is, it's...
Here at Strode Equest, you know the power. We have everything you need for all your needs.
Well, with all signs pointing to the Astral Lounge, I suppose we should pay it a visit. Purely for exploratory purposes, of course.
I'd hate to be on Miss Salzo's bad side. A gala at the New Atlantis Free Star Embassy? That'd be a good way to gather intel. I hope that coffee is still hot considering the time it took you to get it. You either need to learn this city or how to deal with distractions. So, what was the holdup? Good answer. And the one I was hoping for, since we learned of the incident before your return. Your handling of the Tomo situation has caught some attention, and we'd like to try you out in a different role at the company. And since Yuko isn't here to object, your new position starts right now. So, congratulations. You've been promoted. Not bad for your first day, right?
I only wish this hadn't resulted in a needless death. Such a shame.
Let me explain. I'm promoting you to junior operative. The position is a bit more complicated and completely confidential. Your main duty is to add influence when necessary to ensure success of the business. Any questions so far? In any case where a threat to success is established, one of us is sent out to create a more desired outcome. This may be through a conversation or presenting some new information. It's all very situational, as you'll soon see.
Well, it depends on the job, really. If someone can't be persuaded with words, perhaps a more forceful approach is necessary. You're basically removing obstacles from the equation.
Like any good corporation, we consider what we do here to be a trade secret. If others knew and could mimic our actions, it would take away our edge. Really? Well, this transition may be easier than I thought.
Now, let's get that coffee delivered. I'll gladly take mine. And since Yuko's still a no-show, feel free to keep hers. The other recipients are eagerly waiting for you in the conference room.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later.
Ah, coffee. You'd think we'd want to support our own subsidiary and get tranquility more often, but Terra Brew it is. For the past 5 years, Tranquility is a recent acquisition and we've only just begun to develop the brand. You may have seen how several vendors carry the product now. Yes, the profit margins are vastly different at this point in time. It's more the principle of the matter. Tea talk aside, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lyndon Calderi, Chief Financial Officer. I'll be the one deducting expenses from your pay every time you manage to screw up. Which, from the sound of it, might be often. Good. Then it appears we have nothing left to discuss. This introduction was not annoying. I hope our future encounters are as productive.